The Green Bay Packers are entering one of the most critical stretches of their season, and the atmosphere surrounding the franchise feels heavier and more intense than at any other point in the year. This week brings a matchup that is far more than a traditional holiday game, because a Thanksgiving Day showdown against the Detroit Lions is layered with rivalry history, playoff pressure, and the emotional weight that comes with competing inside the NFC North, where every victory and every mistake echoes for weeks. Both teams are fighting to remain within striking distance of the first-place Chicago Bears, and both understand that this particular game could shift the balance of the playoff race in ways that will be felt long after November ends. Inside the Packers facility, the energy feels focused and urgent. Coaches, players, and staff know that this is not just another game on the calendar, but a contest that demands absolute preparation and maximum effort. The tension grows even stronger when health becomes a major storyline, because the Packers have spent much of the season battling injuries across their offensive unit, and the challenge of maintaining consistency has made each recovery window incredibly important. That brings us to the situation surrounding rookie wide receiver Matthew Golden, whose status has become one of the most closely watched developments of the week. Golden missed the Week 12 matchup against the Minnesota Vikings, and his absence was deeply felt across the offense, not only because of his production, but because of the dynamic spark he brings when he is on the field. Fans and analysts have been eagerly waiting for upgrades, wondering whether the rookie will be available on this short week and whether his playmaking ability could influence a game that might determine the trajectory of the rest of the season. So the question stands, will Matthew Golden play in Week 13? And how will his health affect the Packers' offensive outlook as they prepare for a national stage battle against a divisional opponent that is equally determined to climb the standings? The Packers released their estimated injury report on Monday, and Golden was listed as a limited participant, still nursing a wrist injury that has already forced him to miss 2 games this year. The situation feels complicated because the pattern of his participation has not always predicted his availability. Golden spent the entire week heading into Week 12 practicing in a limited capacity and did not end up playing yet the week before he was listed as limited, but suited up and delivered important contributions. This uncertainty adds another layer of drama to a game that already holds enormous significance. Even with the stops and starts of his rookie campaign, Golden has made a strong impression. Through 9 games, he has recorded 24 receptions for 286 yards, and while he has not yet scored his first NFL touchdown, he has shown qualities that cannot be overlooked. His acceleration off the line, his body control in tight coverage, his courage in contested situations, and his natural sense for spacing all stand out on film. He plays with the confidence of a veteran and the hunger of a young athlete, determined to earn his place. Analysts have taken notice as well, with PFSN assigning him an 81.2 or impact grade, the highest among all Packers wide receivers this season, which is remarkable for a first-year player still adjusting to the speed and physicality of the league. As Thursday approaches, the Packers will continue evaluating Golden, and fans will be waiting for every new detail. His presence on the field could give Green Bay the offensive balance they desperately need, especially in a season where injuries have repeatedly disrupted rhythm and forced the coaching staff to make constant adjustments. This is why his potential return feels like it could shift the dynamics of the game, because the Lions' secondary has been inconsistent and vulnerable at times, making Golden a possible difference maker if he is healthy enough to play meaningful snaps. The importance of this game cannot be overstated. The Packers enter Week 13 holding a record of 7 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie, while the Lions sit just behind at 7-4. Green Bay claimed a victory in the first meeting back in Week 1, and sweeping the season series could give them a powerful advantage in tiebreakers and overall playoff positioning. The stakes are high and both teams know it. The rivalry itself adds tension, but the postseason implications amplify everything. The Packers' receiver room has endured significant adversity. Star tight end Tucker Kraft suffered a season-ending ACL injury, removing one of the offense's most reliable red zone threats. Other key receivers, including Golden, Christian Watson, and Dontavian Wicks, have also missed time, with injuries creating constant rotation among the pass-catching group. On Monday's report, Wicks was again listed as limited, while Savion Williams was ruled out entirely. Watson and Doubs were full participants, which finally brings a small dose of hope to a position group desperate for stability. Detroit will not make things easy, but their pass defense has been average at best this season, and that opens the door for a potential breakout performance from Golden if he is cleared to play. There is additional optimism with the recent return of Jayden Reed to practice, suggesting that he may rejoin the lineup before the end of the regular season. Slowly, Green Bay is beginning to rebuild the strength of its receiving core, and that could become a major turning point as December approaches. Looking beyond Thanksgiving, the path grows even more demanding. After facing Detroit, the Packers will take on the Chicago Bears in another emotionally charged divisional matchup that carries its own historical weight and playoff importance. Every week from this point forward feels like a chapter in a larger story about resilience, adaptation, and the fight to stay alive in a crowded conference race. If you are following this journey and feeling every high and every low, then this channel is for you. Consider liking the video because it helps us keep growing a community of fans who share the same passion for Packers football. And if you want to stay connected with every update, every injury development, and every turning point in this season, then subscribing is the best way to be part of this space, where your voice matters and your support makes a real impact. The countdown to Thursday continues and the pressure builds with every passing hour. The Packers know what is at stake. The fans know what is at stake. Now we wait to see whether Matthew Golden steps onto the field, ready to help shape the outcome of a game that could define the rest of the season.